Hello and well, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
All of the above.
everything,
Everything.
everything,
Everything.
everything. How are you?
I'm good. I survived the holidays, all the food, all the chocolates, all the darn snow. I was going to say damn snow, but I'm a nice person. But all the darn snow.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
still snowing. Kathy, I swear, from like December 21st all through, it's been snowing and snowing and snowing, and I'm sick and tired of it. Every single time I go outside, I have to take snow off the car. I've got to take the shovel. It's enough.
That's
Enough.
literally where we've been. The thing is that where I live, I'm on a one-way street, and so we're right behind a high school. So guess what happens is we have cars on either side, and we've got this narrow little path at the best of times to get down.
Great.
So now with all the snow, what happens is it creates ruts.
Oh, great.
So as you're driving down my street, just trying to live a life, you're driving like this because one little slide, you're you know what I mean? You could end up hitting a car, right?
It's horrible.
And yeah, and so we went out shopping because my son goes back to school tomorrow. School's back in, and kids are all going to be here, and so we went out grocery shopping, and I was like, "Yeah, you're Ubering to school. I don't give a fuck." I am not. I will not be driving tomorrow. You can
No. Well, I'm supposed to get my hair done, and bear with me. I was supposed to get my hair done over a week ago, but the day that I was supposed to get it done, we had an ice storm in the morning and a snowstorm in the afternoon, so I had to cancel.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I made the appointment for tomorrow, but of course, tomorrow we're supposed to get a nice big snowstorm, so I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that I've got like over an inch worth of gray roots, and
I said to, honestly, this is the time of year that if I was not lucky enough to do what I do at home,
yes,
I would be same thing. I would be doing the same thing as my son. I wouldn't be driving, and I would rather pay the money, take a cab, take an Uber, if you can. I mean, like here's the the benefit of living in a first world country, I guess, or whatever, right?
yeah.
First world problems or whatever. But honestly, why risk your insurance when you can pay somebody who, you know what I mean, can do it, right? So anyway, that's where I was like, no, not going to be driving. I will after the kids leave, but there's it's so congested here that you can't. And we call the city and we say over and over and over, please, 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 please. And they're like, nah. Now, the only reason we got it cleared one time is because the city truck got stuck.
Of course.
And they couldn't get out. And so, of course, the very next day we had the snow plows coming through.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But we had kept saying to them, please come, please rescue it. We can't leave our properties. We can't go out for growth. We cannot leave our street. No, you're not priority. So that's where we were. Anyway, yes, I'm so, you know what, here we are back. We did take time off, which I think was well needed. Like we, just it was I know we were going to do that one show, and then we were both like, oh, maybe I've got a lot to do. I still need to do everything for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to be back. I'm so grateful for people staying with us and still being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trevor would like to be here. Unfortunately, he had a family medical thing going on. So everybody's okay. Just let you know.
Yes.
But yeah, he did have to. So we're going to do question and answer, paranormal or personal. So guys, if you are watching, you can ask us a question too. And as long as it's not naughty.
A nice, safe question.
And then we will answer it. So if you have a personal or paranormal question, by all means, please share it with us. Put it in the comments section, and we will answer. So I'm gonna let you go first, Lynda, on this.
So, can I ask you a personal or paranormal question?
Yes, that's what we're gonna do.
Perfect. Well, I think that this is a really great way to start the year because a lot of people who had tuned in sort of midway last year, they may not know who we are.
Yes.
So I think this is a good way to introduce ourselves. So I think I would like to ask you, first of all, who is Kathy Rogers and what do you do? Like what is your thing? What do you do?
Yeah, for sure. I love that. Okay. So I was a former paranormal investigator with a team here in Edmonton, Alberta. And we were actually, a team for quite a while until kind of life just takes over, and we were actually fairly busy. There was other teams. I'm not going to say we were the only team in the city, but there was other teams. Unfortunately, there was some not so good reputations with them. And there was also some that really did charge, and they actually charged quite a lot. It wasn't like like a couple hundred. It was like we're talking a few $1,000s, that sort of thing for, for things that we ended up getting called for, which we always found kind of like, oh my God, okay, like you paid them, but now we got to go out and deal with the shit that they created, right? For
Yes.
free.
Yes.
Which was always like, okay, whatever. But anyway, we ended up getting a really good reputation. We actually were asked to investigate or be investigators with TAPS.
Wow.
So the Atlantic Paranormal Society. So if anybody has ever watched the TV show TAPS, we were never on the TV show. We were just a part of like being able to do investigations under their name. Also, I was a member with the Warren Foundation as well. I believe I
Wow.
still am. I'm not sure. Yeah, but with the Warren Foundation, so I've done some readings with Chris McKinnell, and those have been remote, or I've helped out a little bit. I'm not going to say, oh, I've been this big investigator with the Warren Foundation, but I have helped out on some cases and stuff. But basically, how we got into I got into investigating because I was having a lot of experiences. I was actually living in a home before I became an investigator that was excessively haunted. Okay, and I've talked about it before, and we can talk about it. Maybe not right now, but other times. But it was jokingly called the Barbie doll house because of the fact that we had so many experiences with Barbie dolls showing up in random freaking places, and it was really scary. But I eventually moved from there, and then when I had my son actually really started showing a lot of signs once he got a little bit older. But after he was born, that we had some really intense experiences with him. And then as he got older, he really started showing signs that he had, like I would say an ESP, psychic ability, that sort of thing. He would see and talk about ghosts. He would, and the interesting thing is that a lot of the things that he saw were able to be validated. So it wasn't just some little kid that was randomly, talking about stuff. These were validated events.
Wow.
So that was this. You want to hear something? I just remembered this one. I'm gonna bring it up actually, because this was just one of the events, but I just remembered this. We were visiting a friend's house, and they had asked us to come over. They were part of the team, but they asked us to come over as investigators to investigate their house, even though they were part of the team. But they didn't want to investigate their own home or they wanted to be neutral, right?
Okay. Right.
So we thought, well, what a good idea. Why don't we just bring my kid over? My kid can play with their kids, and whatever. We'll just kind of make it casual, go have coffee, see what's going on. And so myself, another psychic, and a couple other investigators, his wife, and someone else. Like there was a few of us there, and so we were kind of, and all of a sudden we were in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I heard this. I was like, "Huh, what the what?" Like it sounded like it was right beside me, but I could hear everybody talking. But I all of a sudden, like probably about this height. You know what I mean? Like kid height.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, and I heard this a couple of times, and I said, okay, I just a second, like seriously, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I keep hearing somebody talk. And the other psychic, he's like, sounds like a kid, right? Like it's hitting about here. And I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah. He's like trying to get your attention. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, but it would come back and forth. Like it wasn't a constant thing. It was back and forth. All of a sudden, the kids that my son was playing with upstairs, well, and they were like, they have a big house. So it wasn't like these kids could hear what we were saying or anything.
Right.
Like that, right. All of a sudden they come downstairs and they say, he's scaring us. And they're like, what do you mean he's scaring you? Well, he keeps telling us that there's a kid in our room. Yeah, no, but the funny thing is that the other psychic, he described this kid as wearing like a black and white striped shirt, and he had like blonde hair, and he was probably about this height. That's exactly who my son described.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like so bizarre.
Oh,
And like, I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that would blow me away.
Right? Yeah. And I did not see this kid, but I could hear him. He was being very audible, like I could hear him audibly.
Yeah.
I couldn't make out really what he was saying, but nobody could, like neither Aaron or my son could. So it was really a interesting experience, 100% for sure.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah. So after investigating for a few years, I had always been intuitive, but it wasn't until we really started investigating that I like all of it really started coming out, and I was able to really see like spirits, everything. It was just all kind of coming in, but it came in a massive flood. It's really funny because when people say, oh, I wish I could do that, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because but I think that for people that when you have abilities and you start learning things on a slower level, like maybe you're picking up somebody's persona or essence, or somebody says, is he going to call, and you're like, yes, blah 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 blah, or you can trust them or not trust, there's all kinds of different. Whereas I kind of threw myself into the world of the paranormal to start, which I don't know if is the best place to go, but at the same degree, not much scares me anymore. Yes. Because when you enter that world first and you see the things that are truly on beyond the veil, that's where you're kind of like, you get these people that are like, is he going to call? And you're like, oh, honey, there's so much more that we can be talking about. Move on. Move on.
I do. Yes, I understand.
But yeah, the world is so much bigger than this one little man who doesn't know how to use a telephone. But that's okay. Yes. I get it.
Yes.
I'm still here for it. I get it. But you know what I mean? There's so much more that you could explore, right? Anyway, so I started, after we folded the team, I started doing readings. And yeah, I worked with a few people. Like, I wouldn't say I've never taken any classes. I've been doing tarot since I actually started doing tarot, or it wasn't really tarot. It was with playing cards back when I was like 16.
Yes.
So I naturally developed into tarot. That was just a natural, I don't remember a time I didn't have a tarot deck. you know what I mean? Except when I was a little kid kind of thing. But, you know, intuitively and stuff, yeah, I've been, I guess, doing this full time for like 15 years now. So yeah, crazy, hey? and then and
Really?
then I met these amazing people like Peter and Lynda and Trevor. And here we are. Here we are. So that's my story. And
Wow.
I'm going to stay with it.
That's pretty cool, though. But I mean, aside from doing all the paranormal investigating and then now doing your readings and all of that, I mean, you're a mom, you're a cat mom, you are like,
Snake mom.
you're a snake mom. Oh, yeah, I know. I want to see those pictures. I want to see
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I will show you one of them. So these are a couple of my pets. This is my baby boy.
Nope.
Look at that. No, that's your baby
That's
boy.
Hamlet. Yeah. Oh,
That's
there.
my baby boy.
God,
Did
look
he,
at
look
that.
at the way he's laying on me. Hey, you can see my hair in there.
Oh, loves you.
He lays there like this.
Oh my God.
He's 20 years old. His name is Whiskers.
Is he really 20?
Yeah, he's 20. Yeah.
Oh my
Hard
God.
to believe, eh? Look at that little face. He's so
Oh
cute.
my God. He's in good shape for 20.
He is. Yeah, he makes a lot of old man noises now when he's sleeping. So like he'll be cuddled up like that and you can hear him.
Oh my God.
You know, kind of that.
Oh, he's so cute.
And then this here
Oh my God.
is Drogon. You can't really see his face because he's actually eating. He's got a rat hidden underneath his body there. But yeah, that's Drogon. He is a 10-foot boa constrictor.
Oh my God.
He's my other baby.
Oh my God, Kathy.
I have another one too. She's a python. She's a ball python. She's about 5 feet long, but I didn't have a picture of her.
Oh my God. So, okay, so I don't know what the allure is with snakes because I'm terrified of snakes.
Yeah, snakes don't bother me at all.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like not. I've never. It was really funny though. When I brought Drogon home, the only reason, like, so when I had the tarot room that I'm in right now, or the recording room that I'm in right now, was actually, I used to have this downstairs in where my dining room, I guess technically would be. But and so when I was creating it and painting and putting the flooring in and all of that stuff, I could envision, I kept seeing a cage. It was the weirdest thing. I kept seeing like a tank or a cage in the corner of the room,
Oh.
in my mind. And I was thinking to myself, so I thought to myself, okay, I'm obviously I'm supposed to have something in here. Maybe it's fish. Like me, like something like that. Like I didn't know what it was, but then I thought to myself, let it come to me. Whatever I'm supposed to have,
Right.
Whatever new pet I'm supposed to have will come to me, right?
Yes.
So literally the very next day, a friend of mine messaged me and she said, I have a friend who has this boa constrictor, who he's like, I guess he's not really taking care of it. He hasn't fed it for a while, and the poor thing is kind of like, it could really use a new home. Would you be interested in having it? And I was like, well, funny enough, I knew that this pet was going to come to me, and I guess this is it. So we went and picked it up, and he was about 6 feet long at the time. So he wasn't like overly long, but he is about that wide.
No way.
Yeah. So he's like 10 feet long. And you can see, like, if you look where my hand is.
Oh my God.
And that's, if you look at, I don't know if you can see my pointer here or not, but if you look over here, you can kind of see at the back of the snake there, kind of where his head is, you can see that he's very thick. He's a very thick snake, right? So he could probably kill a small alligator right now. like he can wrap himself around a small alligator right now. He's really funny.
Oh,
He's, you know, for the most part, quite gentle. Like I don't take him out a lot or anything. Like, you know, I just clean his cage, and he's very good when I go in to clean his cage and stuff. But I don't bring him out because of the fact that, first of all, if he's very strong,
right.
and snakes actually really don't need a whole lot of interaction, and they don't like a lot of interaction, and they don't need a lot of room. Like for the most part, they kind of like if he was in the jungle, he would be up in a tree for probably 99% of his life and coming down to snatch food, and that would be it.
Oh,
You know
God.
what I mean? So they don't need a lot of like, it's not like you take them out and take them for a walk or two, you know, like you know, have play parties or anything like that. Because the only
No,
play party they
you
would
don't
have
get
with
any code or
each other.
anything.
Yeah, I would be like, "Are you a snack? Are you gonna eat me? Am I gonna eat you?"
Oh my God.
You know, who's bigger here? You know?
Oh my God. I would be terrified. Like I would be terrified to have a snake in the house. I would think, oh my God, what if it escapes? And
Oh,
then
he has escaped.
oh God. Then in the middle of the night, I mean, I would be afraid for my cats. I'd be afraid for me. I don't know. I'd be afraid.
You got to remember that a snake is only going to eat what it can fit into its mouth. Like it's not going to attack or eat unless you threaten it. Or if he can actually, if he was like you know, like an anaconda, let's just say in the jungle,
Yes.
yes, there would probably be some issues. Or a reticulated python, because they can get up to 24 feet.
Oh my God.
And their mouth span is like that, you know what I mean? Like it can be, so then they can probably swallow a human, but Drogon wouldn't do that simply because he would never be able to eat meat. You know what I mean? Like like his mouth, it does open a lot, but it only opens about that wide.
Right. But it could
so he can get a large rat in, like a rat that's the size of a very large cat. He can eat that.
Yes.
But he wouldn't be able to go further than that.
Oh God.
So
it could bite you.
It's right? Like kind of like venomous snakes. Like you don't want to screw with them.
No.
But for the most part, when they strike or with their venom, every time that they use their venom, it takes away from their ability to strike again and kill food. So if they're going to waste it on something that they can't eat, it's kind of useless for them. They will strike if you're a pain in the ass, 100%. Or if you put your hand in the cage, or if you're a dumb person, let's just say that, right?
Yes.
They're going to strike because they sometimes don't know the difference between, they're not going to know the difference between you, and they don't have the best eyesight, you know, in that range. But yeah, it's very fascinating. So he did get out once, but my cat was like, uh-oh. And my cat ran upstairs and he tried getting my son out of he was outside of my son's room, and he was like, meow, 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 meow. And then my son was like, what is your issue today? So he followed him downstairs because the cat wanted to show him. He was like, no, come with me.
Yes.
And so he went downstairs, and then all of a sudden Dre noticed that Drogon was not in his cage.
Oh God.
So yeah, I was at a fair. I was at a market. Hey, I was like shopping or something. And so he phoned me and he's like, Mom, you got to come home because, you know, we got this little issue. And so, but it was funny because the cat kept walking in, like up until that point, he kept walking in front of the snake, and the snake didn't bother him. I would not ever like put that to a test.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, so I just went and grabbed some rats and thawed one out, and as he was eating his lovely rat meal, we just picked him up and put him back in, because otherwise he'll fight you. It wasn't so much that we couldn't pick him up, it's just that he's so big, and he can be very, very heavy, and if he starts moving or coiling, then you know you've got an issue, right? So it was lots of fun.
You're brave. That's you're brave. I could never do that. I could.
The first night I wish I had the picture. I do in my phone somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. The first night we brought him home, I actually took him out of his cage to clean it and get it ready and, feed him and all of that stuff. And so I got my son to hold him. And my son, he was like happy with him. Like the snake was really gentle and everything with him. And yeah, he was about 6, and he was only about 6 feet at that time. So.
Oh my God, only 6 feet.
Yeah.
Oh God, good for you.
But yeah. So, okay, your turn. You like, tell us, how did you get into this? How did like explain yourself, Lynda?
Explain myself. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I've been doing this for, 2026 will be 45 years that I've been. I know.
You don't even look 45 years old. So
well, you're a sweetheart. You're my new best friend now. Yeah, no, I got into this really young because I did have a lot of experiences as a child up at the family cottage, which is or was in the Laurentians, because I'm originally from Montreal. But now, of course, I live about an hour north of Toronto.
Right.
My husband was transferred like 2 weeks after we got married.
Oh.
So we just unpacked in our brand new apartment in Montreal and then had to repack and then head down the 401 highway and head to Toronto. But we didn't like Toronto that much. I mean, apartments were really expensive and it was just a little bit crazy. So we kept moving north and then eventually ended up where we are now, which is in the town of Georgina. So, and that's why I'm the director of the Georgina Paranormal Society.
Yeah.
But I started when I was like 18 to actually do investigations. And at that point in time, we didn't have all of the equipment and stuff that we do now. So it was very rudimentary,
Old
just
school.
the basics. Yeah, just the basics.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's one of those things when you have experiences when you're young, it really kind of propels you, well, it did me, to learn a little bit more about those experiences and to talk to people to find out if they've had similar experiences. And I think that was always my focus, was to build sort of a framework where people could share their experiences. So when I finally moved to Ontario, I did join the Toronto Ghosts and Hauntings Research Society. So I was their assistant director for a few years and then did some stuff on my own. And then in 2012, I started Georgina Paranormal Society. And honestly, we've had public meetings because I think it's important.
I was going to mention that. That's one of the things that we actually had in very similar.
Yes.
Because my roots, that's how I got started into it, is I started going to the Edmonton Paranormal meetings, right. And they were public meetings. And then eventually, started conducting them and whatever. I was in charge of Edmonton Paranormal, but I found that really fascinating that you guys did the exact same thing, having the public meetings. And so that's interesting.
Oh yeah. I think public meetings are a really great way for people to have a safe space to share all of their experiences, because so many people are really not comfortable sharing their experiences. Because, you've been in this so long too. People really do think that they're losing their mind, or that people are going to make fun of them. And a lot of people do. I mean, I remember being in grade school even and telling people that I've seen ghosts, and they laughed at me. And then, of course, at recess, they'd take me aside and they'd say, "Oh, by the way."
Right? Yeah.
Right. So I thought it was a really good idea to do that. And of course, sharing things means enlightenment, it means education, it means all of those things. So I think it's important to read everything that you can. And I've been involved in all kinds of neat things. I mean, doing this show was great. And then I did Paranormal Survivor for 3 years.
Which is amazing. Like, that is so cool.
That was very cool. And learning about different cases and learning about sort of all the similarities between paranormal experiences in all areas of the world, really. I mean, when you do a show like Paranormal Survivor, which deals with cases not only in Canada, but in the US and abroad,
Yeah.
you know that there's so many similarities. And I think it's fascinating, just so fascinating. And honestly, like, I'm just so excited to do all this stuff. And again, remember when you said before, well, I'm not really afraid of anything. It's true. It's like in the middle of the night, if I see something or I hear something, it's more a curiosity than it
Yeah.
is a fear,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really prepares you for so much. I'm afraid of people, not necessarily dead people, but I'm afraid of actual people that,
Yeah.
break into homes and do horrible things. But if there's a ghost or somebody says, yeah, I think that building is haunted. Yeah, sure. No problem. I'll just give me a flashlight. I'm good to go.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's interesting, hey, like how you tend to lose that fear about it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
yeah,
really do. You do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But, and of course, aside from my paranormal stuff, because I don't do this for a living, we don't charge for what we do.
yeah.
I mean, I wish I could do this for a living, but no. um, I mean, I do all kinds of other stuff. I do a television show, local TV show,
Which is so
called
cool.
Life. It's 9 years. We're going on 9 years now. And it's a weekly show, which is so much fun. A lot of community, meeting so many amazing people.
Yeah.
And I make all kinds of interesting critters.
I wanted to show some of those too.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I make a lot of interesting critters. And I also repair stuffed animals. So if people have stuffed animals that are in really bad shape, then I take them and I repair them and I make them, nice and pretty again. It's a passion that I have.
I'm
It's kind of
going
fun.
to.
It's kind of fun.
Is this it? No, that's not it. This is one of them.
Oh yeah, that was the finished guy.
So cute. And
Yeah.
I think one of these is that
Yeah.
unfinished.
Yeah, that's what he looked like
Wow. Hey,
before. Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Like
that's the before, that's the after. Is that crazy?
that is so amazing.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
I think I actually ended up kind of doing a couple of these. Here, hang on a second. This is gorgeous. Look at this little guy. He is so cute.
Yeah, that's my roller derby critter that I made for the actual local roller derby league, the Georgina Roller Derby League. And I made the roller skates.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, right? I made the roller skates out of doll shoes, and then I actually made the wheels out of buttons and all kinds of stuff. And the helmet is one of those little lids from the dollar store.
Right. Yeah. It's so good. Like it is so creative. Oh my God.
Thank you.
That is creative. That is amazing.
Yeah. I have my own little business, and you know what? I do pretty well. I can't say that I do fantastically, but I custom create, which is a cool thing. And of course, whenever I'm sewing, the cats always kind of, well, they bother me sometimes because they want to know what I'm doing. So they want to eat.
Speaking of,
yes,
your little gorgeous little babies. Look at
yes, that's Ophelia. Yes, and then of course Hamlet is the Putz, the orange cat. Yes, but they're really sweet. Honestly, fur babies are the best, right?
What are these? Who is this? This is your husband, right?
That's my husband. Yeah, he's an author. So recently he was at the local Indigo Books in Newmarket, Ontario. So he did a book signing.
How did he do? Did it go well?
Yeah, it did really, really well. And I believe he's sold a few more in stores since then, which is great. So we're excited about it.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
the name of his book? Adventures?
Adventures in 12/8 Time. My daughter Arden, who's an artist, she actually designed the cover. And it's a book about progressive rock and roll. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, because my husband is a real like music person, loves music,
Yeah.
does not play a note, believe it or not, but knows everything there is to know about anything. I mean, any genre, my husband knows it. He's just a musicologist to the core. And I think it's funny because he does not play a note, but knows so much. And I know nothing, and yet I play the piano. So
Oh,
go,
isn't that funny?
yeah, it's weird.
That is so cool. And then this is your mother. Oh, she's beautiful.
My mom, she is going to be 93 this year. So she's 92. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I know. And still
Isn't that
going,
amazing?
still lives by herself. Has a cat named Lucky now, who's 10 years old with pancreatitis.
Oh,
Yeah, well, you know, and it's great. It's a perfect union because they both yell at each other, and you know, and they have a really great life. So it's
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah. That's so cute. Both yell
Yeah,
at each other.
yeah.
I could see that. My cat yells at me all the time.
Oh yeah. Both my cats yell at me every day.
Yeah.
But
It's funny as they get older, they start getting very ornery and and I like every time I sit down, my cat does like that with me. Like this is my life right here. If I'm sitting down, this
yes,
is my life.
yes.
I cannot move. I
Nope.
cannot eat. I cannot drink. I cannot pee. I can't. It's all. It's
No.
all very. I
No.
was going to show these. So I do. One of the things I do as well is I do resin art as well, and one of the things I actually just started making were the Ouija boards.
Oh yes.
So this one has amethyst inside of it. It's in the corners. You can see it in the I'll just show you another picture here, I think.
They're beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you can see a more close-up look of the amethyst there.
Right. How
And
thick
then
are they,
here.
Kathy? How thick are the
Huh?
boards?
How big are they?
How thick are they?
Oh, so they're probably the thickness of my phone.
Wow, so they're really substantial.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're 14 inches by 14 by 9, I think.
Oh wow.
14 by 9. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, and then, yeah, they're at least, I would say they're at least this thick.
Wow.
So they've got a good heft on them for sure. They're not, but on the bottom of them, I do put a black velvet,
Okay, good.
and on the back of the plant shirt too, so that they both have, I think
So it slides easy.
that's,
Right.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, so it does slide easily.
Wow. How long have you been making the Ouija boards?
So the Ouija boards I actually haven't been making for a long time. I've only been making them probably for about maybe 6 months, 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
But I've been working with resin
Right.
for a very, very, very long time. Well, I say this like very, very, very long time. In reality, I actually started when the pandemic started.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, about 5 years. So I started, just I was bored. You know what I mean? I was at home, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
so I just started doing that. And yeah, and then eventually I went into I do chessboards. I make a lot of these. This is sort of my specialty, I guess. This isn't. But the
Oh.
crystal organites. These are for energy, energy clearing, protection, that sort of thing. I have those all over my house, actually.
Beautiful. Well, okay, so here's a paranormal question for you.
Yes.
When people want to purchase one of your spirit boards,
Mm.
do you talk to them about the implications, talk to them about protection, talk to them about how to use them, all of that stuff?
So far, the people that have bought them have been fairly knowledgeable in regards to Ouija boards as it is.
Okay, that's
So
good.
what I do, however, is I do let them know that with each board is as I'm curing it, so I don't know if you've ever worked with resin, but resin needs to cure and it needs about 12 hours per layer.
Yes.
So with my boards, there's about 4 layers with each one approximately. So as they're curing, I'm very into sound healing and sound therapy.
Right.
And so I play 432 hertz,
Oh, wow.
which
Okay.
is, to bring like spiritual clarity. It's very cleansing. It's a very beautiful spiritual tone. And I put that into it. And so I play that on my iPad while I'm curing it. So it plays for about 12 hours. Obviously, I keep my iPad plugged in and close by. But yeah, I play that while each layer is curing, so that it has I guess a spiritual balance, let's just say.
Right, right. I mean, there's great intention, which I think is amazing. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's great. That's
Thank
amazing
you.
because they're works of art. I mean, even if people don't use them as spirit boards, I mean, they're
That's
beautiful.
Well, that's just it. That's kind of how I wanted to present them. Like, even if people are, you don't want to use it as a Ouija board. Like, I'm not. I'll be to be perfectly honest. I am not a Ouija board user. Even though I make them, I don't use them in that
Yes.
extent,
Yeah.
right? Not for any other reason except for the fact that it's just a personal thing with me.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't have any qualms about having it here. And I actually, because of the crystals are so charged, and they're in a good environment, they're not in a hostile, you know what I mean? And I really feel like a lot of objects really depend upon the environment that they're in.
Yes, I agree.
So, if I was in a home, or if I had a home where there was disagreements and fighting and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean, I would be more hesitant about, like, as let's say somebody who was purchasing one, for instance.
Yes.
I would probably be more hesitant about that. Like, even if let's just say I ever wanted one handcrafted through wood, I would be very careful or cautious as to who was creating it. Like, if I went over and the home was in a state of disarray, like fighting and arguing, I don't care about the cleanliness. That's not a big deal. But, fighting and arguing, and, the people were petty or whatever it was, I would be very hesitant.
I agree with you.
And I got to show you this picture too, because it glows in the dark.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Anyway, but I had to throw that in. But it's just, and funny enough though, it's the same with like psychics and also paranormal investigators. Let's be honest. Like, you got to be careful who comes into your home or who you're allowing into your energy. There's one thing that I actually do not in any way agree with, and there's probably people that are gonna argue with me about it or whatever, and I don't care because it's my personal thing. But anybody touching the Akashic records or
Mm.
your personal Akashic records, I have severe issues with.
Wow.
Because it's kind of the same as hypnotherapy to some degree, like people that get, hypnotized to remember things. I think that if the person is very, very well trained,
Mhm.
it can have benefits. but there's so many pissants out there who have no fucking clue, and they're tapping into people's mental states
Yes.
and bringing out memories. Like there was a whole thing back in the, what was it, the 70s, I believe, where people literally thought that they were being abused because of hypnotherapy.
Oh, yes. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I do
And
remember that.
yeah, and so we have to be super careful about, and same with even with psychics, right? Like, ask it, look at, you're paying this person.
Yes.
It's your money.
Yes.
you know, you have every right to say to somebody, what do you practice in? Like, are you Christian? Are you more are you a more like, are you a faith believer? Are you somebody who practices, dark arts? Are you this? Are you that? Because look at, if that person isn't aligning
Yes.
with you and your beliefs and your faith and who you are, you're really, it's not so much about that you're opening up to negativity because of the practice. You're opening up to negativity because are not, people suck.
Yeah. That's funny because you're right. You're absolutely right.
Right? Like people can suck. Like, so, if you're opening yourself up to somebody who's like all doom and gloom and I am gonna, predict that blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
look at the Winchester House. If anybody doesn't know the Winchester House, Google it, because this woman was told, because she had a few negative experiences. But let's be honest, I mean, yes, her husband was shot with the Winchester gun and her daughter passed away from SIDS. Okay, but in the big picture of things, this was also like the early 1800s, I believe, or later 1800s,
Yes.
where this was pretty fucking normal shit.
Yes.
And she didn't suffer any more than one of her maids, probably, who probably had several SIDS deaths, or, people dying from cholera and all kinds of crap back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So her experiences really were not that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because, kind of her privilege, let's just be honest, and her, not expanding out into the world where real people live, she probably thought that she was like so damaged or whatever. But she also allowed a psychic to basically dictate her life. And the reason that the house was kept being built upon and built upon and built upon was because the psychic said that if you stop, the ghosts were going to come and get you.
Yeah.
The demons will come and get you, or whatever it was.
Yeah, so you have to trick them, which is why they had staircases going to nowhere, doors
Right.
that didn't open out anywhere. Yeah, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But you're absolutely right.
But the reality is that,
yeah.
I mean, nowadays nobody's going to tell somebody to do that. Nowadays, but I mean, this woman, she also planned like weekly sessions with her psychic.
Yeah.
Which the psychic was probably living just about as rich as this woman was by this point. You know what I mean? Like, she was collecting the dough, right?
Yeah.
And so, when you think about, like, look at the ethics of, here's the thing. It kills me. It makes me laugh so hard when people are going to a psychic whose life is in fucking disarray.
Yes. Yes. Why would
like,
you do that?
I don't mean that nobody's life is perfect. You know what I mean? Certainly my life is not perfect, but it's pretty fucking close. Like the way that I look at it, like for me, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like in my happiness, like where I am.
Yes.
But at the same degree, and I know a lot of psychics that are quite content in their personal existence.
Yes. Agreed.
Right? But then you've got these psychics that are like fucking chaos.
Ugh.
And you're just like, they're always trying to find money. They're borrowing money. They're this, they're that. They're, you know what I mean? They'll do anything that they can to get a buck.
Yes.
And people are going to them. And you're like, what? Like, how can this, it's kind of like, how are you getting financial advice from a homeless person?
You're right. You're right.
Right?
Absolutely. Well,
You know,
when
and
people
so,
go to psychics, though, Kathy, that's another
what's
thing.
that?
When people go to psychics, right? Um, it kills me because I also read tarot.
Yeah.
And I love it when people go to you as a tarot reader and they really do believe that you somehow are just going to pull stuff out of the air and you know everything. You're going to tell them they're going to meet a tall, dark, handsome
Oh,
stranger.
yeah. Yeah.
You're going to. The point is, with any psychic reading, it is a conversation. It is a conversation between you and someone else. It's
Absolutely.
not, I'm going to put the cards down and I'm going to tell you all this stuff that's going to happen to
Yeah.
you. And it's not necessarily that. If the cards dictate certain things, that's one thing. But it's a conversation between you and someone else. It's
Yeah.
an intuitive telling of what you see and what your
Yeah.
guides are telling you through the cards. But I
Yeah.
love it when somebody comes to you and they go, okay, so tell me. They tell you what?
I know. Like, what, like,
What do you want to know?
you want me to pull a question out of my ass? Like, what the, like, I don't know. Like, what do you want?
Yeah,
It's interesting. I did have a client. So one of my very first like professional clients, right,
right, right.
kind of had that energy a little bit. And I was already nervous because I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, I had done readings for my friends,
Yeah,
and so I wasn't, family and whatever, right? But I never really done readings for, somebody and get paid for it on top of it. I
right,
mean, what a
right.
novelty. Like, this is fantastic,
Yes, yes.
But so I would lay the cards down, and I started off and she was like, no. And I was like, okay. So I did it again and she's like, no. And I said, okay, look it. Problem is that like you've got a wall up, and I'm really having a hard time breaking through that wall.
Yeah,
So that's okay. Like, you're probably, here and I'm here, and that's okay. I said, so what I want you to do is I'm going to go to the washroom. I'm going to make us a tea, and I want you to sit here and shuffle the cards. You shuffle the cards. You shuffle them however you want to shuffle them. I don't care what you do with them. You just shuffle them. Came back, and her energy, you could already feel the wall had kind of come down. And I laid the cards out and I said, oh, you're having an affair. And she went, oh my God. And then, boom. And that's been 15 years and she's still a client of mine.
there you go. Perfect. But I love that story. You know that, Kathy, because it's very similar. Like when you're a paranormal investigator, I know a lot of paranormal investigators who go in with a wall around them.
Yes.
And that, in my, I'm going to say, well, my experience, is not the way that you really need to go into any kind of an investigation. I think you need to go in prepared, yes. So perhaps with a wall of protection, yes. But you do need an open mind because there are experiences that you can close yourself off to if you don't go in with an open mind. So again, it's almost like you are having a dialogue with your environment when you are a paranormal investigator. You go in,
Absolutely.
right? You have to be kind of like an antenna in that kind of environment. And if you close yourself off, right? If you say, no, I am a skeptic, I don't believe in any of this crap, then again, you're not really going in as an effective communicator with the environment that you are entrusted with, I'm going to say, because as an investigator, people entrust you with their environment. So, you kind of have to go in with your little antennae up.
Absolutely. 100%. But, and going into that a little further too, is that, when we ask somebody to come in and investigate our home, they're bringing their energy also.
Yes.
So we also have to be very careful about who it is that we're inviting in, because here's the thing. Even though I make Ouija boards, I'm not a big fan. I would not want a team to use a Ouija board in my home.
Right.
That it's still my home. It's still my environment.
Yes. But there's a boundary. There's a boundary.
That would be my boundary. And if somebody was like, well, this is how we do it, I'd be like, no. Yes. And I think that too, so many people are scared because they're not going to find help otherwise. Or, they feel like they don't have that right to say, no, I don't want that.
Yeah. And I think that's why it's important before you go in to investigate. If you're looking for a team, it's important to have that interview process. So you as a team can ask the questions that you need to ask, but also your client needs to interview you as a team to find out how you investigate, what your philosophies are, what equipment, if any, you're going to be using. And you have to be absolutely, you have to go in with integrity, right? And you have to be respectful of what the client is looking for, what they want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you're not going to go in with 5,000 cameras if that's not what they want.
Yeah. Yeah. They might just want a simple walkthrough, right? Yeah. Or they might just want, just to have an idea of what it is that they're dealing with or whatever, you know what I mean? All kinds of, every investigation is going to be a little bit different.
Yes. Well, and sometimes they don't want whatever it is to go away. They just want validation that it's actually happening.
Yeah, that it's existing and that they're not completely lunatic. Yeah. Right? And people have to remember too, I don't know why this popped up into my head, but I was remembering it earlier and it's just popped up again. But people also have to remember that when there's a haunting, 99% of the time, it does not start slow. I mean, it does not start quickly. It starts slow.
Yeah.
And it's a buildup. It's not something like it's not like poltergeist when you walk into your kitchen and all your kitchen chairs are stacked up. Yes. It usually starts off as a very slow process. And it does make you feel like you kind of are starting to lose your mind because you're missing things go missing, like disappearing. Maybe you're hearing noises. Maybe this is happening. And a lot of times, 99% of it at first might be able to be explained away.
Yes.
And so when you're bringing it up to people, everybody's finding excuses for it or, oh, well, it's probably the wind and you know what? That very, 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 very well could be. And that happens to sometimes definitely be the reason for it.
Yes, but they have to be prepared for what they might find if they do have a paranormal investigator come, because I think I had sent you this great picture of a mist anomaly, well, put it this way, it's a mist, but it is a bona fide ghost apparition.
Is this it right here?
No,
that's not it.
It looks like kind of like, well, it looks like an animal. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But it looks like an animal. And these people were saying that they saw what they thought might have been something like a fox or some kind of a strange dog on their property. And when we had gone to do the investigation, we did find that that's it, that there's definitely something there. And when this was taken, it's incredible because
it's the most amazing picture, isn't it?
Right? Well, that is absolutely an animal that was captured, there's absolutely nothing behind that picture. There's no lights, nothing. And yet you can clearly see there's like two little glowing eyeballs.
Oh yeah, you can see the eyes on it.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
So be prepared when you have investigators investigate what's happening. Be prepared for what you might find. Oh, that was a cool one, Kathy.
That is a cool orb. Yeah.
That is an orb. And if you take a look to the left of the orb, there's two little lights.
Yeah.
Those are the flashlights, because this was in a cemetery where people were telling us that there was a lot of activity. Those two little lights were two flashlights. So we were doing a flashlight session to see if that worked.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Okay.
turn on the flashlights if you're here. And they both went on, and then boom, we took the picture, and there it was. So that is
Amazing.
an incredible orb anomaly. Yeah.
Amazing. That is so cool. That's so cool.
So,
well, Lynda, it was wonderful. Again,
yes.
Next week we actually have Michael Acciana from the Heritage Hunter Society coming on, so that'll be lots of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
Looking forward to having him on, and it was wonderful to see you.
Same. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to all of you out in YouTube land. And again, thank you for being here with us today, supporting the channel. We truly appreciate it, and have an amazing week, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Bye.